So how are you feeling about doing this today?
It's just nice to be a part of something that, like, you've been working so hard on, so yeah, good.
What are you moving towards?
I guess confidence and, like, being self-assured. And that's, like, in all aspects of my life. I don't really have a goal in different areas like work or, what I want out of life. Like, I think those things come when you're sure of yourself, and yeah, I think it's more so building that self-assurance and being able to, like, self-soothe and all those things that kind of get you to where you want to be in any part of your life.
What are you running from?
I really run from positive self-talk. Like, it sounds so basic, but it's so hard to reverse how your brain thinks about yourself. It's just really, sometimes I find it really challenging to be kind to myself, and it's quite a small thing, but it's a small thing in terms of you can be like, it's just as easy as, looking in the mirror and being like, you look good, you look beautiful today. But it's so difficult because when the first thing that comes into your head is negative without even thinking, it's really hard to reverse that. And I think I guess I am running from that just because it feels so uncomfortable being kind to myself specifically. I think it's a work in progress. I think it's like growing pains, I guess. That's why it's hard, because I'm only now coming, in my mid-20s, only now fully accepting who I am and embracing that, wanting to embrace that at least. But there was so many years that you don't. And I guess it's a protection mechanism. You want to fit in, you want to assimilate, just because that's a protection thing for your younger self. But coming out of it is like growing pains, because you're so used to squishing yourself into like a box and to fit in. And I guess that's what I'm running for, trying to like reverse that and trying to really hard to be conscious of it.
What does a flawed romantic relationship look like to you?
I feel like it's really hard to connect with someone who is not open when you're open. Someone who is closed off from you. I think that's the first step of having a strong relationship, is to be open with each other. I guess the basic answer would be communication, right? But it's true. I think it's so important to be able to openly communicate with your partner and create a strong foundation early on in your relationship, and listening to each other and what each other's needs are. And even if you're unable to provide that need, it's being open about it and working towards something that you can both accept. And I think the happiness actually comes from trying so hard to be the best you can be in a relationship is where the happiness comes from. Because if one person stops trying, it's what's the point? What's the point if you're not willing to try to be the best you can be?
What does an ideal romantic relationship look like to you?
Someone who's willing to be patient. And I think especially at a young age, it's you can't expect to be with someone who's the perfect person. We're learning, we're growing, and if you think that you've stopped growing and you're the best partner you could possibly be, then it's yeah, I don't think there's room for you to grow and support like the relationship. So yeah, I think the best, like the perfect relationship would be someone who's willing to grow with you and be patient for your, like, for themselves as well as for their partner. Because if my partner didn't have the patience for me, like over the past 3 years, we wouldn't last. I think I've had a lot of growth in the past few years and a lot of like toxic traits, and he was able to be patient with me to be able to like, you know, develop and grow out of these things that are like habits. So yeah, I think that's the perfect relationship, being able to support someone who's not perfect yet. Yeah, I feel like that's all I have at the moment. But yeah, someone who's kind, someone who's caring, someone who, you know, really knows who you are and sees you for who you are, even if it's not great sometimes. I think, you know, there's a point in like a serious relationship where you see the worst side of someone and it hurts and it's like can be awful, but I'm like, you're grateful for it at the same time because you know exactly who that person is and you know exactly who they can be and who they are, and it's just being the most authentic person you are and having someone accept that at all time, at every moment. And I think that's the best part of being in a relationship, or, you know, yeah. I think that, yeah, it's just accepting someone for like their true self at all times.